Hello there, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of What's Up Disney Plus. I'm Andre.
And I'm Jenny, and welcome to the weekly... There goes my Cuban accent. Let's do that again. The weekly Cuban. Welcome to the weekly Disney Plus show where we give updates on all things Disney Plus.
Not only am I so excited to be a part of this show, but I'm excited to do this with you, Jenny. We've known each other for a while, and we get to talk about Disney together, which is great.
We're both huge Disney fans, Andre. I think that's why we became friends to begin with. I mean, we've bumped into each other at countless conventions and panels, so I think we're in the right place here.
I think you are. I think we both are. And I think you are if you're watching, if you're a Disney fan, because anything that has to do with Disney Plus, we are talking about it right here. And we can't wait to bring you along for the ride. We have a lot to go through for our first episode. First, we're going to take you to a galaxy far, far away with the Emmy Award-winning series, The Mandalorian. Then we'll be talking with directors Trent Corey and Dan Abraham about the newest animated short from Walt Disney Animation Studios, Once Upon a Snowman.
To wrap things up, we have an interview with Finn Argus and Sabrina Carpenter from Disney Plus's original movie, Clouds. And not only that, Finn will be performing a song from the movie's soundtrack.
Can't wait to show it to you. Here we go. It's time for my favorite lone warrior travailing the outer reaches of the galaxy. That's right, we're talking about The Mandalorian.
You have no idea, Andre, how excited I am about season 2. I loved season 1 so much. What were some of your favorite moments?
Oh man, there's so much to think about with this show. First off, it's just really cool to have a live action Star Wars series. It's got this cool, almost like Western style vibe with it. You know, lone warrior out there going on these epic adventures. It's just really cool. There's one specific sequence that I always remember when he drops off the child as one of his missions, but he feels like something's not right, so he goes back to rescue the child. And that entire sequence is this cool kind of like stealth mission where he's like hiding and taking out stormtroopers one by one to get further in. Also, gotta give props to the droids. They gave us a great droid. And with IG-11, when he comes out in that one scene and is just like twisting and turning and blasting everywhere, I was just like, this is amazing. I remember when they showed a little bit of that in the trailer, but then when you see it in the show, it's like, whoa, that's so cool.
The action is incredible, and I think what's really great about The Mandalorian is that a lot is done through body language because we cannot see his face. And there's that scene where he's sitting down and he looks over to the missing gear knob that he used to give the child to play with, and he's not there, and you could just tell with his body language that he has a heart, that he has a conscience, and it's actually a very emotional scene. It choked me up.
Oh yeah.
Also, I just want to give a shout out to Pedro Pascal. I adore him. He's an amazing actor. I'm all about the fact that Star Wars has so many Latino actors. But yes, I'm going to bring in the child here because it became such a memeable moment where he comes out with his little soup cup in his hand. Oh. So it just looked like, I just thought it was hilarious. It was such an endearing moment.
Yeah, it's just really cool. And they have a lot of Easter eggs in this show too, which I think is really nice. There's one episode where if you know Star Wars, you might recognize a certain planet that pops up, maybe even a cantina on that planet.
I fangirled so hard when I saw that scene, and honestly, we can talk about this all day or for weeks possibly, but we gotta get back to the script.
Season 2 of The Mandalorian premieres Friday, October 30th on Disney Plus. Can't wait to see the new season, and I'm sure we're gonna be talking about it a lot more after it comes out. This is big news. Disney and Pixar Soul will be streaming exclusively on Disney Plus on December 25th. I've been excited to see this movie ever since I saw the teaser. I'm so glad we all get to be able to see it on Disney Plus on Christmas Day.
Disney Plus announced what's coming in November, including Marvel's 616, Inside Pixar, Black Beauty, and much, much more.
We recently got brand new images from the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special. Happy Life Day, everyone.
A new Disney Plus original movie, Sneakerella, which gives a fresh new take on the classic Cinderella story, was just announced.
George Lucas's Willow will be getting its own series on Disney Plus, with John M. Chu set to direct the pilot. Earlier this week, we got a new special look at The Mandalorian Season 2. Can't wait to see more of that series.
And that's what's new.
Jenny, guess what?
What?
It's time for us to build a snowman.
Oh yes! I love me some Olaf.
Yes, and he is the star of Walt Disney Animation Studios' newest animated short, Once Upon a Snowman. It is the untold origin story of Frozen's summer-loving snowman, Olaf.
And you got to talk to the directors, so let's check it out.
I'm here with Trent Corey and Dan Abraham, the directors of Once Upon a Snowman. Hi guys, how you doing?
Good, Andre, thank you.
Nice to be here.
For someone who hasn't seen this short yet, what would you say they can expect?
Well, this is the untold origins. So this is, getting to see Olaf take his very first steps. So we don't actually see that moment in the first movie.
So you have to tell us what it was like working with Josh Gad.
Josh Gad is very much Olaf. I got to sit there in the booth with him and read lines to him as another character. And when he would, say his line back to me, and inside I'm sort of like, I'm talking to Olaf and he's talking to me. And it was so much fun.
Yeah, and Ann and I were just, trying not to laugh the whole time.
Well, you're better than I am. I would have bust out laughing. So you two have obviously worked a lot with Olaf making this short. We have a little quiz here that you guys are going to do, and we're going to see at the end of it what percent Olaf you are.
And if for less than 75%, we don't get to direct the short anymore? Is that?
We'll see. We'll see what happens after. Oh, look, it's summer. You sob uncontrollably, giggle, dance with joy, or give a high-pitched scream.
I'm going to go with Dance with Joy.
Dance with joy.
What's your ideal pet?
It's got to be unicorn. I'm sticking with that.
You know what? I wanted a donkey when I was a kid, so I'm going to go with that.
Says nobody.
He's judging your answers. What are you doing there? True love is...
Ice cream cake for me.
It's putting someone else before yourself, Trent.
Well, then you can share the ice cream cake.
I could share, yeah.
What's your opinion on carrots?
Tastes great with ranch, the only way to eat them.
An essential part of life.
All right, the Olaf technicians have tallied up all your answers, and we have the results. What percent Olaf you are? Trent, you are 25% Olaf.
Oh.
You're a little more level-headed than Olaf. You probably don't lose your nose every 2 seconds. However, Dan, you are 100% Olaf.
What?
You should definitely take this as a compliment. Everyone loves Olaf.
Well,
Wow.
that I feel like I should be holding a trophy of some kind right now. This is the greatest moment of my life. I was not expecting this.
Well, thank you both so much for being here. Really appreciate talking to you and having this fun quiz with you guys.
Thank you, Andre.
Thank you so much.
And make sure you all check out Once Upon a Snowman, now on Disney+. Now, before we go, we've got a very powerful movie to talk to you about.
Yes, the Disney Plus original movie Clouds, directed by Justin Baldoni, tells the true life story of a high school student with raw musical talent living with osteosarcoma, a rare bone cancer. Spending his limited time following his dreams, Zach embarks on an unforgettable journey about love, friendship, and the power of music.
Now we're going to hear from Finn Argus and Sabrina Carpenter to talk about the movie.
Hello, I'm Finn Argus, and I play Zach Sobiak in the Disney Plus original movie Clouds.
I'm Sabrina Carpenter, and I play Sammy Brown.
I was 13 when the song came out, and it blew up. And I remember listening to it in the basement of my house and crying because I was so moved and inspired by Zach's story.
I read the script and I fell in love, and then I went and looked up the song, and I got chills just after reading the story and then so closely getting to experience the reason why the story exists. It was destined to be a movie and to be shared with people and to inspire people.
What inspires me most about Zach's story is the fact that he used music to deal with such difficult emotions, and he made something beautiful and made it a way to connect with people on a deeper level. And that's exactly what I like to do with my music.
Everybody that watches his story, hears his story, feels touched and feels inspired in some way. And it really just is such an urgent reminder to start living and to make sure that you're happy and you're surrounding yourself with love and you're doing the things that make you feel full.
One super memorable moment from filming was a scene in the movie where Sabrina and I write a song together, and it turns into this beautiful montage sequence. It was 3 a.m. when we were filming. We were so tired, but we were crying together and smiling and laughing, and it was amazing.
we all became just really, really important to each other in our lives. I remember nights just running through Montreal with them and exploring the city and singing songs from the movie and singing songs just in general. Also spending time with the real Sammy and Amy and Mitch and the wonderful family. I think those are probably like my favorite memories overall from filming.
Be sure to check out the new Disney Plus original movie, Clouds,
which is now streaming on Disney Plus.
It's so great to watch those two talk about this movie. And can I just say that those two are so talented?
I absolutely agree. And now we get to see a very special performance from Finn himself. So let's check it out.
Into this dark and lonely hole. There was no one there to care about me anymore, and I needed a way to climb and grab a hold of the edge. You were sitting there holding a rope, and we'll go up, 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 but I'll fly a little higher. Go up in the clouds because the view's a little nicer up here. My dear, it won't be long now. It won't be long now. When we get back on land, well, I'll never get my chance. Be ready to live, and it'll be ripped right out my hand. And maybe someday we'll take a little ride. We'll sit there holding hands and everything will be just fine. And we'll go up, 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 but I'll fly a little higher. Go up in the clouds because the view's a little nicer up here, my dear. It won't be long now. It won't be long now. If only I had a little bit more time. If only I had a little bit more time with you. We could go up, up, up and take that little ride. We'll sit there holding hands and everything will be just right. And maybe someday I'll see you again. We'll float up in the clouds and we'll never see the end. And we'll go up, 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 but I'll fly a little higher. Go up in the clouds because the view's a little nicer up here, my dear. It won't be long now. It won't be long now.
People, we talked about The Mandalorian, we explored the beginnings of Olaf's frozen journey, and we just heard from Sabrina and Finn from the Disney Plus original film Clouds. So I think we're pretty much wrapped for the day, Andre.
We had a lot of fun and we did it, Jenny. Our first episode is done. Yay, go us. I feel like Scooter at the end of an episode of Muppets Now. I get that feeling of success.
Yes, honestly, same. Everyone watching, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video, and head on over to Disney Plus.
But make sure you come back here next week to check out a new episode of What's Up Disney Plus. Until then, we will see you next time. Bye, Jenny.
See you next time, Andre. Bye.
So I guess it's the end.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
It's the end. Good night, everybody.
It just like that, it ends?
Yeah, it's over.
We can't end like that.
Thank you.